Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yari with Lily Moon Vintage, and today we're going to be learning how to apply gold leaf to our antique chest. And I get my gold leaf from Hobby Lobby, but you can find it at any local craft store. And the one that I picked for today's project is actually a mixture between gold and copper. And we're also going to be using Mod Podge. I like to use the matte finish, and you can also pick that up at your local craft store. And I'll have links for all of these items down below. I poured it into a cup just for convenience, so I can just go ahead and just dip my brush into the cup rather than into the bottle itself. And you're just going to go ahead and apply some of that Mod Podge. And if you've never used gold leaf before, it's very, very light and it breaks super easily. But for the look that I'm going for today, I want that look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and break off some pieces and attach them with my brush. And there are some edges that are gonna look super straight. And since I'm going for more of that Venetian plaster, old world kind of look, I'm just gonna go ahead and dab my brush right over it and purposely create some of those wrinkles and those straight edges that the gold leaf has. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of pounce my brush right on those edges just to break it a little bit. And I'm not going to be super precise with this application, only because I still have one more step, one more layer of paint that I am going to be doing, again with the cardboard, like the application that I showed you in the previous video. And I'm going to be using most likely fluff from Dixie Belle, and I am going to be covering up some of this gold. But I still want it to peek through. So I'm not going to be super precise and worry about it looking super perfect because some of it is going to be covered. So earlier this week, I went ahead and uploaded a video on how I created that applique on our piece. So if you haven't seen that already, go ahead and check that video out. And we did use a hot glue gun and a silicone mold to create that. And I'm just adding a little bit of that gold to the corner of that applique just to give it a cool effect. So now that we have the gold leaf done and I have added the last layer of paint, I'm going to go ahead and just layer on some wax, and I'm using Dixie Belle's Best Staying Wax in the color Grunge Gray as well as black. So I'm going to get started with the black wax first, just to deepen some areas. But for the most part, I'm going to be using the Grunge Gray all over the entire piece. So I'm going to take the Grunge Gray and just go ahead and apply it all over, kind of blending it in those areas where I did apply the black. And then I'm just going to take a rag and just kind of buff that in. And what I love about the Dixie Belle Best Staying Waxes is that they are all water-based and they are super easy to apply, very smooth and soft. And also you can clear coat after you wax, which is amazing. So after I complete this entire process and let it dry completely, I will be clear coating this piece with a matte clear coat. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this process throughout my entire piece, and I'll go ahead and see you in the next step where we're going to be learning how to apply our transfers by ReDesign with Prima. So now that the wax has completely dried, we're going to be adding our transferred, and again, these are by ReDesigned with Prima, and this is the beautiful script that we're going to be applying. And it's called Never Ending Story. So this is what the transfer looks like, and I believe you get like 3 or 4 sheets or 3 or 4 rolls in this package. And as you see here, I've gone and cut a few pieces off because I am going to be applying them in pieces. And they all come with an applicator, either a popsicle stick or a little round cylinder made out of plastic. And we're going to be using our sanding pad because since we did add texture to this piece, we are going to try to smooth out as much as we can just to allow for an easier application. Tape to go ahead and tape down your piece as you're applying it. And then just a pair of scissors and my little brush to go ahead and dust off any kind of paint dust. So I'm going to go ahead and do just a light sanding on the surface, and I'm using a 220 sanding pad, and I'll go ahead and link these below. I get them from Amazon and they are truly amazing sanding pads. I am obsessed with them. I've gone ahead and cut a piece of my transfer, and I'm just going to pick a spot and remove the plastic off of it. And you'll notice that one side is lightly sticky, so that's why we're going to go ahead and just use our tape, and I'm using frog tape. And once you've secured it in place, we're just gonna either grab your popsicle stick or the little plastic cylinder, and we're just gonna go ahead and start rubbing it on. And you are gonna need to put quite a bit of pressure on there, and you'll notice how the font goes from like very bold and black to gray. When it turns gray, it's pretty much that it's completely stuck onto your piece or whatever surface you are applying it to. Now this is pretty time consuming, and like I said, it's going to take you a little bit of elbow grease to put into this, but the results are absolutely gorgeous. And I'm just pretty much lifting the plastic here and there just to see what the progress is looking like. Sometimes lifting the plastic does help to adhere onto the piece a little bit better. So that's just a quick tip. And that is pretty much it, guys. I am so happy with how this piece turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial, and I hope you guys love this piece as much as I do. As always, I'm gonna have all the links below of the products that we used to complete this project, and I will see you in my next video.